The map of RuneScape is divided into chunks, an invisible area of 64 by 64 tiles. This is Gather Chunks. Gather Chunks is one of these what we call chunk accounts, but not a traditional one. Firstly, this account is a main account. Secondly, to unlock new chunks, instead of completing chunk-specific tasks, I need to obtain items on the collection log. So think collection log completionist, but Chunkman style. I can choose any adjacent chunk with no rolling. An exception to this is all forms of physical travel. I also pay GP per chunk. This is 5,000 times the numerical order of the chunk, hence the main account. I started on a fresh level 3 account, and I've unlocked my first 100 chunks. Now, I'm in season 2 of the account. 2 collection log items are needed, plus the GP per chunk. The end goal of this account is the trimmed achievement diary cape, so join me as I unlock a RuneScape 1 chunk at a time. Welcome to Logging Chunks Season 2. Fossil Island, the land of crabs and mushrooms. This region unlocks more than just that, but seriously, where are the dinos? Anyways, in the last episode I made it my goal to unlock Fossil Island. This area provides great AFK combat training, Fossil Island wyverns, herbivore, underwater activities, the Fossil Island notes, which actually provide 10 collection log items, but most importantly, it provides the best way to train hunter, birdhouses. You either love them or you really love them. Birdhouse runs are no doubt great passive GP and hunter XP. And this account needs way more ways to make money, and this is going to be vital for that going forward. I will need 6 chunks to fully do a birdhouse run, which is 12 collection log items, and I already obtained 1 via last episode at the very end, so I just need 11. The GP cost is going to be 3.7 mil, basically, which is currently no problem as I made over 10 mil in the last episode. I'll also need to do the Bone Voyage quest to access the island, so let's get to work. So our first stop is going to be the Canoes rooftop course to get a couple of these 11 collection log items needed. I'm currently missing just 2 pieces of the graceful outfit, being I believe the top and the boots. Now, I'm always seeming to start episodes doing mundane tasks, but let's go ahead and get these 95 marks of grace that we need to complete this outfit. Once we do that, I do have a plan which involves the graceful outfit actually. And this lap completion here is going to be level 58 agility. You always get something for each agility level, it seems like. There's so many shortcuts in this game, but this level 58 gives us the Port Phasmatis Ectopool agility shortcut. Very cool. Ooh, that was a close one. There is Hisporia number 2, a new personal best. Let's see what we get. Another new item, as well as a magic seed. That's very nice. So we got the Addis seed. So we now have 2 out of the 3 seeds for the Hispori. I'm willing to bet we'll get that 3rd one before we ever get that bottomless bucket. Alright, and this lap completion here is going to be level 60 agility on the account. We get a ton of stuff here, most notably the Sears Village rooftop course and the Wintertodd prison stuff, the pillars you can jump between, which will help with solos tremendously. Now, I do not have the Camelot chunk unlocked to do the Sears Village course. Right here, the Sears Village, I don't have that chunk, nor I don't think I'm gonna get that this episode for that course. I know at level 60, you fail that course pretty often, so I don't find it worth it yet. The Canoes rooftop course, you can still get normal marks of grace 20 levels past the agility course requirement, so I'm just going to stick here. So with the addition of the Farmin guild that we unlocked at the end of last episode, we gained access to more than just Hisporia. We gained access also to farming contracts, and those are going to be big going forward. A, for money for me, and B, because I can get Hisporia seeds from those, and I'm quickly running out. I think I only have 2, maybe 3 left. So I'm going to start doing some hard contracts. I think I can do hard contracts. Let me go ahead and find it real quick. Okay, so here we are. It looks like I can do the easy and medium. Just go ahead and do the medium for now. You need 85 farming for the hard contracts. So what do we get as our first contract? Watermelons, nice and easy. One thing I am going to do while I'm going to plant those watermelon seeds is go ahead and plant some things that are used for the medium contracts, being the whiteberry seed here. The, I think, potato, cactus, or maybe cactus seeds over there. I think both of them is used for that one. And I'm going to plant, like I said, the watermelons there, and maybe some strawberries in the other one, just in case, just so I can maybe stack up a contract or 2. It's always a nice little dopamine rush whenever that happens. And there is our final mark of grace for the 95 needed. Let's finish this lap. I'll wait to get 61 agility. let's go pick up our graceful. Okay, so here we are at Grace. So we're going to be needing the graceful top. Let's go ahead and get that one first. And there it is, the graceful top. So now let's go ahead and get those graceful boots as the final item with the graceful set. Now completed to its entirety, full graceful achieved on the account. And there is History number 3. What do we get? And we get the final seed, the eyesore seed, as well as 2 palm tree seeds. That's pretty good GP, isn't it? 62k, not too bad at all. I'm getting pretty lucky with these seeds from History. So this is my plan to utilize the full graceful outfit, the Tithe Farm minigame here. I unlocked this way back, episode 6, maybe 7, and I want to go ahead and unlock the entire farming outfit. All 4 pieces combined to cost 400 points, which I think you can get about 75 points an hour. So if you do the math, that's between 5 and 6 hours, I think. I'm expecting about 6 hours, I would assume. I haven't done Tithe Farm in quite some time, so it's going to be an adjustment for me for these first 100 seeds. But since I have 76 farming now, I've done basically all of my farming XP through herb and limpwort root runs. So I'm going to be using the Loganova, however you pronounce it. I'm not good at pronouncing words. Let's go ahead and get the maximum amount of these seeds. Alright, so let's go ahead and get this going. All you do is use the seed on there, use your watering can on that, rinse and repeat, and this is the entirety of the minigame. Not much to it, but to do it, I'm going to be using the, I think it's called the 20 by 5 method, where I plant 20 at a time. I think that's the less tedious way. I think 16 is technically the easiest, but I want to do a little efficient, so yeah. So that is now the 1 hour up, and I did miss 1 seed, but don't worry, I do have my 220 fruits down here. That was actually about 58 minutes. I can't do another run because they take about 5 or 6 minutes each. So total, during that 1 hour, we got 220 fruit. Now, the wiki has just a lot of information about this stuff, but it says you can expect 35 points per 100 fruit you deposit. Alongside with this tier of fruit, you can expect 37,000 XP. So I'm predicting right at about 75 points with this, and it's going to get me close to 80,000 KXP. Very close to level 77 farming from this. I think that's all I have to cover. So let's go ahead and deposit these 220 fruit. So there's the first batch of 100, and that gave us 35 points. And then there's another, and then the final 20, we're going to get 76 points for that. Pretty much exactly what the wiki said. I got 76 points in that 1 hour. Whoa, is that a 78 farming from a farm run? Nice. So I am still doing the Tithe Farm. I almost have enough to get the full outfit, but I'm going to go ahead and open these 9 seed packs that I have here. I only have 1 History seed left. I think 2 maybe. Let's go ahead and open these to see what we get. Alright, so there is everything, and the Runelight tracker is saying 655k. I got pretty lucky, 2 dragon fruit tree seeds. Those things are worth a good bit. Half of that value, so that is super nice, but unfortunately, no History seeds. But wow, snape grass seeds are that much? 9k each per seed? Why are they so much? I don't think snape grass is worth that much. You must get a ton when you farm it. But hey, at least a little 600k profit from doing these over the past maybe 2 to 3 days is definitely worth it to do these. So I officially have 1 History seed left now, and I have to keep at least 1 in the bank because it's a collection log item. So I need to figure out a way to get more, and the only way I can do that is just by doing tree runs. Tree runs provide so many more History seeds than doing herb runs. So I'm going to have to start doing those pretty soon. Or now, really. But for right now, I am going to finish out the Tithe Farm. I think I have like 300 points right now. So like an hour and a half away. And here we are with our 200 Lagavano fruit. I think that's how you pronounce it. Let's hope that's right. But this will get us to the 400 points we need Also, it's going to get us a very special level. Let's go ahead and deposit the first 100. And then the last 100 for 405 points. But also 80 farming on the account. And 1250 total on the account. We can now enter 1250 total level worlds, which is pretty cool. Gets us access to a few more worlds. But most importantly, we can now talk to the farmer here and get the full outfit. Let's go ahead and prep the clan chat. All right, so let's get all of these in one fell swoop. So let's get the straw hat first, followed by the farmer's torso. The farmer's legs. And last but not least, the farmer's boots. For the entire farming outfit now unlocked. Slap that on. Nice. I am looking like a true farmer indeed. So I will be back to this minigame in the probably somewhat near future to get these 3 items here. I think that's combined 700 points here, so that's not going to be too much fun. It's going to be like another 9 hours or so doing that. And I wish Auto Weed is on the collection log, but it's not for whatever reason. If Bones to Peaches is, Auto Weed should be too. Just my opinion. But I will get this just probably whenever I feel like it, really. Wow, and right after that clip, I get a genie, and that's going to go straight to Slayerrr as usual to get 20 at 9. Slayerrr very close to level 30 Slayerrr, so I can start almost using achievement diary lamps on those. The easy ones, that is. Well, now I think is a better time than ever to go ahead and trade in these extra frog tokens we have. If you didn't know, if you get excess of these, you can actually trade them in to Thecilia here, and she will give you a chance at the royal frog costume, or I guess you can pick between the frog costume and an XP lamp. For whatever reason, the entire frog mask and the royal frog outfit is not on the collection log. It is a big L again, Jagex. You should add that, seriously. But I'll just go ahead and take a lamp. I'm gonna go ahead and get, basically, I'm gonna go ahead and get 5 of these. Let's just do them all. All lamps, there we go. So now we have 6 XP lamps. These operate just like normal ones would. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw all of these on Slayerrr. This one should be the level. There's level 30 Slayerrr. I can now kill Pyrofiends, which I think actually do have a collection log, maybe 2 locked behind them. But more importantly, I can finally start doing some achievement diaries. I've never stated this a single time, but I've been waiting for 30 Slayerrr to start doing these because I can use my reward XP lamp on Slayerrr now, because you have to have level 30 or above to use the XP lamp on it. So now I have that, and that is going to be a game changer going forward. So where I stand now, I just need 3 more collection log items to get to the 12 total needed. And I already have the carpenter boots and the plank sack here at the mahogany homes. So I'm just going to go ahead and get another piece here of the outfit. Now I have 319 points from, I believe, episode 8 it was, the season 1 finale that I did. So I'm going to go ahead and get the carpenter's helmet as the next item. Shouldn't take too long. I bought mahogany planks because I can do the, I believe, the expert contracts, and they actually added, okay, it's fine. And they actually added a last tier of contract option, which is huge. It'll save like 2 interface clicks, which over time will save a ton of time. Alrighty, and we are back with our 404 points now. That was super quick, only took like 15 to 20 minutes. Let's go ahead and get that carpenter's helmet now. And there we go, nice and easy. 2 out of the 4 builder's outfits, I guess the carpenter's outfit, completed. So as per usual with me, I have not shown my chunks at all this episode. About 15 minutes in, I have not showed them, so sorry about that. But here they all are, all 120 that I currently have unlocked. And I have these 6 for Fossil Islands selected way over here in the corner. Nice corner content. So I want to firstly mention I did not forget about the volcanic mine during my little intro. I just have no plans to do it because I don't personally like that content. But if I do need to do it, I will. So that'll just be a blacklist for now. So currently where I stand, I can get these 5 chunks here, 1 through 5. And unfortunately I need 6 just because I need to run right through this path right here. Let me go ahead and make this. There we go. So I had to run right through here just to get to this opening to make the mushroom teleportable for me, if that makes sense, to get to these birch houses. So unfortunately I need that one. I'm gonna go ahead and pay for these 5 chunks here and do the Bon Voyage quest, obviously. And I have a plan to get the final 2 collection log items, which involve the house on the hill right over here. So let's go ahead and pay for those 5 chunks that we're gonna buy right now. So that is chunks 121 through 125. So 121 is 605k, and I'll speed through all of these. And the last one for 625,000 coins, bringing us up to 3.75 mil. And when we do the last chunk unlock, that will get us to the, whatever I said in the intro, the 3.5 mil, whatever it was. We're going to convert these to platinum tokens. And there we are. So now we have all of our platinum tokens paid, and here are all of the items in the inventory. These 10 items are paying for those 5 chunks. Alright, so we got our new Fashionscape out. Let's go ahead and start the Bon Voyage quest. I know it's pronounced voyage. Everyone says voyage. Just sounds better. Bon Voyage. So I'm going to go ahead and start that quest, and I'll tune you in whenever I need to unlock the chunk. So this is my first time actually clicking on the Bon Voyage quest log here. And it looks like they changed these, first of all, so that looks a little cleaner. But also, I forgot I needed 100 museum kudos. Let's go ahead and do some of that content, the cleaning content, to go ahead and get those last bit of kudos. Alright, and there is the clean necklace. So I think if I use it on him, it should give me 10 more kudos to get me to the 100 that I need, I hope. And he steals it from me. Am I going to get the 90? Am I going to get something from that? Let me figure out how to get 10 more of these. Oh, I see. I was dropping in this pottery here every time, but it actually is a display case. Take this to display case 22. There we go. So now we have the 100 kudos that we need. Click on the Bon Voyage quest. We now have everything, so let's get to it. So I'm at the part of the quest now where I need to go ahead and travel via the sailing skill. No, I'm just kidding. Not sailing skill, but hopefully sailing is nothing like what I'm about to experience. But we need to go ahead and unlock this chunk because we're going to be dropped off here at the museum camp. So let's go ahead and get that chunk now. And there we go. Let's move on. So paying for that chunk just now reminded me that that was chunk 121 unlock for me. And if you look down here, I have 120 currently. I have not selected my new chunk, but it should have said 121. My starting chunk of Lumbridge was free. It did not count towards the order. So I found the culprit. It's this one right here, north of Artie. I have unlocked this many times. I've done the biohazard. I mean, I have the Artie Cape 1. So I've definitely unlocked this chunk. Let me go ahead and select that now. So this is all of the chunks that I have right here. 121. And then I'll go ahead and show you I unlocked the museum camp just a moment ago. So there we go. Alright, well I missed I missed the quest, but there it is. The Bon Voyage quest is now completed. 101 quest points. Got a lol from the own quest log telling me I forgot to hit record. Alright, and there we go. So we are officially in our new, brand new, spanking new roomy chunk. Let's go ahead and build this bank chest. I already prepared for it. And there we go. So our level 21 construction, 71 really, came in handy there. So now we can use this bank chest. And then now we can go subsequently get all of the chunks that we need. Well, the 5 out of the 6 that we need. Alright, and there is all of the chunks we can unlock currently. Now, it looks like we got 2 total music tracks, one from getting here, and then one just somewhere, over here. Okay, so since I got that clean necklace a bit ago, I'm going to go ahead and see if I can go ahead and enchant a ruby necklace to see if I can get a Dixite pendant. Looks like it worked, so yeah, I can officially use these Dixite pendants to get to the Dixite, as well as the house on the hill, which is going to be very, very huge. And I think to teleport to the house on the hill, I have to go and use one of these Dixite pendants on something in the house on the hill. So let's go do that now. So here we are, and I'm gonna try to do this live, so let's see what happens. I think if I use it on this strange machine, that's what does it. Let's go ahead and test it. Yep, I get the option to teleport to Fossil Island, which will teleport me right here. Yep, anywhere in this section. Very nice. So now I can use this magic mushroom here to teleport to currently nowhere, but I'll unlock those once I get that last chunk. So my plan to get these final 2 collection log items is to go ahead and use these Fossil Island notes, and it's pretty simple. All you have to do is insert 100 numulite, which is Fossil Island currency, into one of these various stone chests here. I don't know if each stone chest is responsible for a certain node or two. I'm just going to use this one and see what happens, and I'll look it up later. Only problem is I don't have any numulite. Now you can buy it on the GE. It's about 35,000 coins per 1,000, which is really honestly no problem. I could probably honestly green log it in like less than 300 KGP, but I think I want to have some integrity about this and earn my own numulite. Now there's various ways to earn numulite. All has to do with doing random activities on Fossil Island, and I can't do most of these, but what I can do is doing the ammonite crabs. So I'm just gonna go do that. Gonna go kill some ammonite crabs. I need combat XP anyways. So the only really challenging part about this is going to be finding a spot, because these are always packed, but they do drop easy clues, which is why I brought my easy clue. So I'm gonna go juggle those, see if hopefully I can get a step or two that I can do, maybe get a casket or two. And also I have my Ring of Wealth equipped, so I can get that numulite straight into my inventory. And there is a big strength level. Didn't pop up, but there's 70 strength. And my son is in the background, so you may hear him in a second. I brought defense potions, not exactly sure why I did that. Don't need to, you know, defend against these. The hour is almost up. I've been running around the coast here doing these. Yeah, I hopped around for at least 30 minutes, couldn't find a single spot in a single world. So I've just been running around, getting aggro, playing actively. It's looking like I can get up close to like 375 to maybe 400-ish per hour. Call it 350 to 400 per hour. I need about 3,000 because each note is a 1 out of 3 chance per chest you search. So if we do the math, that's about 3,000 on drop rate. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and stop here. Got 1,000 numulite, so this is a pretty good chance to get those at least 2 notes of the 10. And I do have these 3 easy clues here that I can do steps on. I have a lot of these steps unlocked, so let's go ahead and get these and see if we can get a casket or maybe 2. Well, just to make this easier, much easier on me, I'm gonna go ahead and drop them right here by this magic mushroom tree. I was gonna do it all at one time, but I don't want to run all the way here to pick up these clues, so. Well, alright, and there is the 3rd casket. I was able to do all 3 of those. Alright, with our matching hats, I'm gonna go ahead and do this right beside Fred the farmer by his farm. It's only suitable. I'm willing to bet we're gonna get these 2 we need, but let's just go ahead and open these. But first, there we go. Alright. Oh, what is that? The Ceradonian robe legs? Nice. Last one. And nope, so we got 1 out of that. That's pretty sweet. Alrighty, so we got 10 chances here. Surely we can get a 1 out of 3. Pretty lucky, right? So the first time we get, okay, it used 1. Oh, we have to use 1 as payment. Okay, so I should have brought 1001. And nothing again. Hey, there it is. I was getting worried for a second, but there is the scribbled note. Collection log item 152. We now have every single collection log item to fully unlock the birdhouse locations of Fossil Island. Alrighty, so let's put those in the bank. So we got the Ceradonian robe legs in there already. So go ahead and take those out and this out. And we're gonna do this all in one take. Let's see if we can do it. So let's chunk 126 for 630,000 coins. And this is going to be the payment for that 6th and final chunk for the Fossil Island. 40 million coins worth of platinum tokens. And there it is, the final chunk that we need. We need no more chunks here in Fossil Island for a long time. No plans to do that, like I said. And I think it's the deranged archaeologist is down here. No plans to do that either anytime soon. Can officially put our birdhouses. I could have done the other 2 in the other area, but I wanted to do it all in one go. Get this tree here, and that is the final tree that we need. That is part 1 of the birdhouse run completed. I'll see you for part 2 in just a second. And there is the first birdhouse on the account for 18 hunter and 420 experience just for these oak ones. This is going to be massive for hunter XP. And there's the last one, and wow, we got 3 bird nests from that one and 20 hunter from that run. Very sweet. Got a beginner clue here. I can do that. Alright, that was a 1-step beginner. Mr. Apothecary, what do we get? With birdhouse runs now in full swing, I think it's time to talk about those 2 remaining chunk goals from the episode 9 thumbnail. Those areas are going to be Relica and Varlamore. I'll be discussing each region in their own video, but I wanted to go ahead and reveal what they were now. Both will provide a decent number of upgrades and a ton of content to do. But right now, I want to focus on the end goal of the account, achievement diaries. I've only done one, being the Diariezzz diary. Now, the first diary I want to be focusing on is the Varrock medium diary. It's going to provide great passive GP and a direct teleport to the GE. The Varrock armor is pretty nice too. Most of the diary can be completed now, but I do have to do 2 quests, being Creature of Frankenstrain alongside Garden of Tranquility, which, you guessed it, I need chunks, 4 to be exact. Let's get to work on getting those. Whoa, didn't even notice. Been pretty AFK here at the crabs, but I got 85 combat. That's pretty big because I can get a Slayer task from Neve. Now, I don't have her chunk unlocked, but at least I have that option now. And there's a very nice attack level. So what I'm going to do now is pick up these easy clues, do them, see if I can do them at least. I want to go ahead and do the Varrock Easy diary actually, because that is going to unlock a very key thing with Zaf. I can buy 15 battle staffs each day. That will make me money over time. Buy them for 7,000 coins, and then I could sell them to the GE for about 8,000. Or whatever they're selling for. Alright, this should be the casket here. So yeah, I got 2 caskets from that. I'm just going to go ahead and open them. Nothing good, and nothing good. Alright, so I got all the items needed now. So I'm going to go ahead and start doing the easy diary. I have, I think 7 or 8 steps to do. So yeah, cue the little thing. Alright, and the last step, to buy a newspaper here. 50 coins, a little steep, but I'll take it. What does that say? Oh my. There is the easy Varrock diary completed in the clan chat. I have not actually gotten my reward yet, but yep, there it is. I'm gonna go ahead and go over to Toby here. Get that reward officially. So I kind of spacebarred through it. But I believe I get a 10% chance of mining double up to gold with this on, and then I get the 15 battle staffs from Zaf right over there. I forgot about the lamp, but it's going straight on Slayer, and that's going to get me level 32 Slayer. Can now kill Amogers. Very cool. Got my battle staffs, let's go sell them. So I bought these for 105,000 coins, and I sold them for 123,000 coins. So I'm gonna make about 8,000 coins per day. Doesn't sound like much, but over time it does add up. So to utilize that XP lamp I'm going to get from the Varrock medium diary, I need to use it on a level 40 stat, and I definitely want to use it on Slayer. Problem is I'm level 32, and it's going to take a while just regular lamping it. I think the best way is to try to train it. So I'm here at Vanica, and I'm going to go ahead and get a task, because this is actually a Varrock medium diary task to obtain a Slayer task from Vanica here. So I'm just going to roll the dice and see what I get. There's about 20 different assignments I can do. The only really troublesome ones would be like the crocodiles, cockatrice. Everything else is pretty much free game. Ice warriors. I think that's going to be okay. I think that might require 1 chunk unlock, but let me look it up. So there are 2 options I can use. One being the Asgarnia Ice Dungeon, and I'm like right on the border of that. I have this chunk, do not have this chunk. I don't know where the dungeon is. It's leaning more towards the chunk I don't have. So that is an option, which I'll go test out in just a second. The other option, which I definitely don't have, is White Wolf Mountain. Now there's also a couple spawns on here. Granted, this one will be much more tedious, but this one would guarantee me needing a chunk. And if this one, hopefully this one works. But I think between the 2, I would go with this one. So let's just go test it and see if we need this one. All right, so running up, let's see. We have that. That is definitely within my chunk that I have unlocked. I'm considering it that I can go in here. Not a problem. The line is clearly right there. I am a-okay there. Thank you, dev, whoever designed this chunk, and putting the ice dungeon in this one spot right here. A new music track, Starlight, Starbright. Whoa, missed it, but there is the task completed. Looks like we got just one level, 33 Slayer. I've been looking at my options here, and so Mazchana, he has mostly tasks that I can do, but the downside is a couple of them are just essentially death assignments. I can go into more detail at a later date, but the other option is Sheldar, and Sheldar only has about, I'd say, like 7 or 8 tasks I can do. They're just barely not ones I want to do. Honestly, I'm just going to stick with Vonica, and hopefully he doesn't give me something that throws me off. All right, task number 2. What do we get? Vampires. I should be able to do that no problem. Well, I guess I shouldn't have said no problem. I'm maybe misremembering. I know these are ghouls. I think up here are vampires. Up here? Okay, no, those are ghouls too. Uh-oh. It may not be. Okay. Let's go try to find these in a chunk we have. Alright, so here's what I'm thinking. Now, I don't have these vampires in any chunk. I may have spoke too soon about the should be no problem. But I am planned on unlocking these 4 chunks here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And you can find some vampires down here in this Haunted Woods section for 100% certainty. I need this chunk anyways for the Creature and Frankenstrain. So I'm just going to go ahead and work on getting these 8 collection log items to go ahead and go fully to these chunks that I do need, and then continue my Slayer journey, and hopefully I don't need any more. So it's time to officially retire the Shazian armors. I have 4 left to obtain. I'm going to go ahead and obtain them now. And I'll go ahead and just speed through all of these. And there is the last piece of Shazian I will ever obtain on this account. The Shazian armors are officially green logged. Sad to see this one go. This was my backbone when I first started the account. This is what I made the account for to get here. It's all done now. So let's go ahead and work on these 4 additional items we need. So I have repeatedly said throughout the series that I'm going to be obtaining the Lumberjack from Temple Trekking. Now, I don't have any plans, anytime soon at least, to do Temple Trekking. And I'm 83 woodcutting now, and I still don't have the Lumberjack outfit. I have almost enough bark to afford the outfit all in one go. I'm just going to go ahead and scrap my idea to get it from Temple Trekking and go ahead and use the forestry shop to obtain the Lumberjack. But I will have to pay all that money to get all those logs. Alright, that should be the last event that I need for the 5,000 bark. Yep. So I didn't mention it, but the outfit, the Lumberjack outfit, cost 5,000 bark. So that's all the bark achieved. Alrighty, so I got all my logs now. And thankfully I didn't have to purchase these magic logs because I cut all of these myself. I paid about 250-ish K for the logs I needed, so this saved me about 400K. Now let's go ahead and shop. So we're going to get the Lumberjack, I guess we'll get the Lumberjack boots first. Followed by the Lumberjack hat. The Lumberjack legs. And finally, last but not least, the Lumberjack top. And the clan chat is going to get spammed inevitably. Go ahead and buy that. For the final piece, we have now obtained the entire Lumberjack outfit through the forestry shop, which I didn't want to do for the longest time, but it is now achieved. That is now 2 full skilling outfits in this episode completed to its entirety. So the Shazian's already in the bank. Let's go ahead and put these in order. So that, and then that. I wish it was all on one line, but that's good. At least it's all organized together. So we're going to be using these 8 items here to unlock those 4 chunks. So let's go ahead and pay for those chunks. Now, I totally didn't plan this, but I have exactly enough plus 17K extra. Again, totally not planned, just kind of a funny little thing. But this is going to be chunk 127 through 130. So chunk 127 is going to cost 635,000 coins, and you know the drill. Last but not least, 650K for 2.570 mil. At 17K left, let's convert that to platinum tokens. And there we go. This is all the chunks I'm going to get this episode. I've spent a ton. there is exactly almost 43 mil worth of platinum tokens in the tab. And there we go. There is the final chunk that we need to complete, hopefully I should say, the Creature of Frankenstein alongside the Garden of Tranquility. And a underlooked part of all of these chunks I unlocked is that I now get yet another herb patch. Now, I don't really have a convenient way to get here. I think the best way would just be to use the fairy ring, which honestly it wouldn't be too bad. Otherwise, this content over here doesn't provide a whole lot other than just the future of the account for questing and achievement diary purposes. And a few clues too, I guess. I feel like that was such a fast kill. How much was that? 147, nice! Got a hard achievement diary, or a hard combat task, a Hesperia Adept, so very nice. I think that's 5 KC. And nothing good. You know, I just realized I forgot to put my farming outfit on. I even brought it. Alright, Vampire Slayer task done. What do we get next? Ice Giants. I think those are in the same dungeon, the Asgarnia Ice Dungeon, I'm pretty sure. Yep, I looked it up and they are indeed. There is a spawn of 3 of them total, so it'll take a minute. We got 57 to do. That's going to be pretty dang good XP. And it's Halloween, by the way, and yeah. I'll do the event probably next episode. Alright, that was a great task. I got almost 4,000 XP, another long bone, and a Raynar seed. Vanica, what do we get next? Hobgoblins. I think they're pretty dang easy for me. There's some over there. There's some pretty much everywhere that I can access. Task number 5, what do we get? Ogres. That shouldn't be an issue. So one of the areas I do have for these ogres, and I think it's the only one, is this combat training camp actually. It's kind of funny that I'm going to utilize this location. Usually people use AFK range here to train up or for some defense levels. But I think I can just squeeze through here and attack. Combat, ranged combat only, okay. Well, that's going to be quite slow, but at least I have 50 range. I didn't know that you could not melee these. I've never actually noticed that there's a shop here, but this shop sells bows, arrows, some fletching supplies, maybe in the future, woodcutting axes, and then just some random battle axes and two-handers. It's kind of quirky and did not know that it ever existed. And there is the final KC. That one was a pretty chill task, and I would really love that again. We got another longbone, funny enough, but also we got our first Slayer points. Well, aside from that quest, the Porcine of Interest quest, this is our first official earned from Slayer, I guess you could say. Oh no, I don't think we can do this one. I think this is going to require a chunk unlock. There's On the Death Plateau, but I don't have access to that because I got to walk around here. Now I have 2 options. I can either go ahead and cancel the task. I have 34 points, it costs 30. Or I can go to Birth Rope and get a Slayer assignment from Turiel. Gotta reset the streak. Don't really care about the streak. Alright, I decided to come to Turiel. I think that there's realistically only like 2 maybe that I cannot do here. The rest should be okay. I'm looking at the task on the side right now, and I think I'm okay as long as I don't get lizards. And I think that's literally about it. Maybe crawling hands. Can't do those right now. Other than that, everything seems okay. Scorpions, that shouldn't be any issue. Oh boy, Pyropenes also do not have those. Whoa, there's 70 attack on the account, 86 combat, very nice. Time to train defense to 70, and then we'll be base 70s. So I am 39 Slayer now, just 1 task away, 2,000 experience away. So Vanica, what do we get as our last assignment goals? That is perfect. Well, I'm sure I zoomed in on what just happened, but I guess I accidentally just moved my mouse up just a tiny bit before I clicked OK, thanks, and it canceled the task. What a good task to accidentally cancel. Now I have no more points. Oh goodness. Let's just hope that we don't get something that we cannot do. Oh my goodness, this is the worst task I could possibly get. Goblins, okay, that's easy. Come on, Vanica, what do we get? Hobgoblins? Nice and easy. And there it is, the final kill for 40 Slayer. We can now kill Basilisks and Terror Dogs. That is, most importantly, the level we can now officially use medium diary lamps on. So now I think it's time for the Creature of Frankenstrain quest. Alright, there it is, the Creature of Frankenstrain quest now completed. Oh, a double GZ in the chat, but there it is. And now we just need to do one more quest, the Garden of Tranquility, and then we can complete that medium diary. Important hunter level here, that is 42 hunter. I can now catch Essence Implings, which that is the requirement for the Lumbridge medium diary. Alright, let's go ahead and start this quest. I really hope I have all of the chunks I need. This takes you to a lot of farming patches around Gielinor. Looks like everything is grown. Let's go ahead and talk, and then let's complete this quest. Uh-oh. Bad King needs to be punished. There it is. The Garden of Tranquility quest is now completed, and the last thing we need to do before we can finally complete this Varrock medium diary. We have everything here now checked off. Okay, this is not the last task that I have to do, but I think if you eat one of these fruits, yeah, you get some run energy back. You get like maybe 8 to 10, it looks like. I think you have to wait for this tree to grow more, but yeah, it looks like it only had 4 on it. That's just something a little quirky, I guess, about this tree. Alright, and this should be the landing here. So there we go, another 2k fire making XP. We now have this balloon unlocked as well. So this is the last task, to travel with the balloon to another location. So let's go ahead and travel to Taverley. There it is. The last task, the Varrock medium diary, is now completed. Let's go to Toby and get that reward. Alright, Toby, cough it up, and there it is, the Varrock armor 2, as well as there's a few good things. I'll throw it up on the screen now. But most importantly, we get the XP lamp. Well, almost most importantly, but let's go ahead and slap that right onto Slayerrr for 7.5k, bringing me up to it just at 42. Very nice. Kill fever spiders when we get there. But also, I got this XP lamp while just doing the quest, so just from a genie. So I'm gonna put that on Slayerrr too, just to yeah, utilize just a little bit more XP from that. All right, this is why we did it. So I can swap left click to Grand Exchange, and it's a one-click teleport straight to the Grand Exchange, saving me so much running time because I come here so often. So I have myself here at 13 more seed packs, so let's go ahead and take all. Did not know that was an option, but there's a Hespori seed, very nice. All right, the last one, so let's count up all of this. Well, I guess let's go ahead and do it right now. So there's all the stuff I'm going to keep and sell. So what do we get from all that? 315k. I think the 9 I opened prior were like double that. So from all of those seed packs this episode, I got just above 1.1 mil. But here's where all the money is. Here's all the farming I did this episode. I did an absolute ton, and total filming days was at least 12 to 15, somewhere in that range. So this is that many days worth of farming essentially. So this is all going to be good stuff. And then I got 57 bird nests from all of the birdhouse runs I did. And I crushed them because you get like an extra 200 GP per, so that's why I did that. Alright, so all that farming gives us a grand total of 7.5 mil. That's insane. And then the crushed bird nests are going for 420. So we're going to sell those for, let's see, 750. Should sell that. Yep, so we get an additional 421k from that, bringing us up to almost 8 mil. Just in that stuff alone. Definitely profited a massive amount there. Back up to a 9.3 mil catch stack. There's a few more things to sell, but I'm just going to hold on to that kind of stuff for now. So here's every chunk I currently have at the end of this episode, and all of the new chunks are in order, in the order I got them, and in green. Got a total of 10 chunks, and they're all over here, the nice cozy corner over here, Fossil Island, and then some more Canifis area. Making our way towards Port Phasmatis, so be looking forward to that probably the next episode. And here's just the remainder of what I have, all 131 chunks that I currently have. We've become RuneScape's greatest farmer, don't fact check that, started birdhouse runs, and completed our first medium diary. The next episode will be fully focused on achievement diaries. We'll head underground to pass the time and accumulate a new device. Be sure to like and subscribe if you made it this far, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.